Hey, what is up guys, MKBHD here, and I have two kind of easy finals left, which means video. So this is Ask MKBHD V2, and a lot of these are frequently asked questions coming from the first Ask MKBHD V1, and a couple of other stuff from Twitter. So the first thing I got a lot of questions asked about this week was Android Silver, which is a rumored program to replace the Nexus program with high-end phones that run a purified or stock version of Android. Reminds me a lot of the Google Play Edition program, where I didn't think it would happen, and then it happened. I didn't really see any reason for it to. But really, I would say I wouldn't hold my fingers crossed for that. I wouldn't exactly expect that to happen, because the Nexus line, even whatever you call it, if it's Android Silver or Nexus or whatever, it defines the direction of Android. It steers Android, if you will. So when Google decides that they want to move to on-screen buttons and they want to get rid of capacitive buttons, that's what they'll put in the next Nexus. When they want to decide to stop using micro SD card expansion, you won't see that in the next Nexus. So if Google were to just grab a Galaxy S5 and put stock Android on it, you would still have those old parts that they're trying to get rid of in Android handsets. So the Nexus line, whatever you call it or however it works, it still needs to be able to steer Android the way that Google sees it. So I think we'll see a lot more about that at Google I/O. Now, next thing I keep getting asked about, as I've talked about it a lot on Twitter, I guess, is how I've wrecked my sleep schedule for finals. People keep asking, what is your major? What are you going to school for? So I've mentioned it before. I'm going to school for business and technology. That's my major. And minoring in information systems and marketing. In exactly 3 days, I will finish my last final and be done with my junior year. So thumbs up for that. Also, something I mentioned in the 5 Facts About Me video a while back is that I was playing Professional Ultimate, and I still am. Now the team I was playing for no longer exists, so I am now currently playing with the New York Rumble. And our home games are like every other week, and we have away games all up and down the East Coast. So I'll have the link to the schedule for the Rumble site below if you want to check it out, and maybe you can come to a few games. Another question is who you got in the NBA playoffs this year, and I'm going with the Clippers. It's kind of a great time for the playoffs right now, probably one of the most exciting playoffs in NBA history. I say Clippers just because I like watching them play, and they are so much fun to watch their games, even after that terrible Game 5 loss last night. But I gotta say, also, fun fact, my career mode in NBA 2K14 on the PS4, my current team is the Clippers. So naturally, I'd be rooting for that team in real life as well, since they're doing so well. And that team, when I'm playing, is actually having a pretty good year, so that's good. Now, I've also gotten a lot of individual device questions about phones specifically. So when people ask, like, what's your daily driver, the typical answer to that is whatever phone I'm using or testing right now. So for now, it happens to be the OnePlus One, and that's probably going to be my next phone review, so that's coming soon if you're ready for that. Another phone I've gotten a lot of questions about by popular demand is actually the Sony Xperia Z2, so I have my hands on that now, and I'll be testing that out a lot. The camera and the display, the new display, are actually pretty exciting. I've also seen a lot of new rumors about this LG G3. The press renders are finally out now, and it's looking like a really hot phone, so I'm pretty excited to see that in person. Also, the new iPhone has been leaked like crazy, and I'm going to be talking a little more about that in an upcoming video. And one more thing, the Moto E that just came out, which is an even more stripped down version of the Moto G I reviewed. It's pretty similar to the Moto G that I've already talked about, so I won't be reviewing it, but it's only $130 off contract, which is an insane price. So I just got to give my props to Motorola for that. They're killing it in the low-end Android market, and, well, maybe they'll attack the high-end market the same way. So here's a Twitter question. Has Google or YouTube ever asked me to be in one of those subway ads that are all over New York? And no, I haven't actually been asked about those at all. It seems for the most part to be like makeup or beauty gurus who like YouTube is just full backing and trying to push those to public. But I think that's really cool that they're getting like these subway ads. I've actually seen them in person taking the subway in New York. So it's neat that they're doing that kind of stuff, and hopefully tech on YouTube will be important enough someday that some tech YouTubers will have a banner on their face in a subway station. That's pretty cool. Are curved TVs only a fad? I don't know. I feel like we saw a lot of those curved TVs at CES this year, but didn't really get to experience them in person. But I hope to figure out if these curved panels are legit pretty soon on video. How big was the file of the Setup Tour project? The Setup Tour project, which was 2 hours and 47 minutes long, was 10.66 gigabytes, and that is quite a large 1080p file. And which MacBook would you recommend for high-end stuff like gaming, since the Retina MacBooks use so much power to push all those pixels? I would still say if you're going to get a high-end MacBook, get the Retina display MacBook Pro, because you can get the best specs out of a Retina display MacBook. But then if you're going to game on it, you don't have to push all those pixels. You can still run it in 1080p. Although if you're getting a laptop for gaming, why would you get a MacBook? I would probably not get a MacBook if you're going to game. But yeah, either way, that's it. Thank you for watching this MKBHD Ask video. I still think that's a weird way to title it. I don't know what else to call it though. But yeah, thanks for your questions. Again, I'll get more questions for the next episode from the most common stuff left in the comment section on this video. Or if you hit me up on Twitter at MKBHD, I'm always there talking to you guys. So either way, like I said, thanks again, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace. Gonna go study.